Welcome back to Ghost Recon Breakpoint. We don't actually have gameplay, it's just going to be the patch notes in this video. And I must say before we get into this, I am really looking forward to this because from what I've read, this is going to be amazing as long as it is pulled off correctly. There are two different links that will be in the description. One of them for these patch notes so you can take a look in full depth by yourself. And the other one will be for the Deep State, which is episode 2. And starting off, it says below you'll find the new features, bug fixes, blah blah blah. The Xbox One file size will be 30 gig for the update, 17 on PS4 and 15.5 on PC. In the new features, we have the Ghost experience. It's brand new. Pick up one of the pre-selected settings. It is basically the regular experience with all the loot and stuff. The immersive one, which takes all of the tiered loot out of the game. And then there is a custom one where you can choose your own settings to fit your playstyle. Then we have two new classes coming into the game, and we'll have a deeper look at those in a moment. They are going to be the Engineer and the Echelon class. Players with the Year 1 pass will have exclusive access to both classes starting on March 24th for 1 week. So if you don't have a big edition of the game, you don't have the Year 1 pass, or I believe there's something called the Adventure Pass, then you're going to have to wait until March 31st. I believe you can buy the Adventure Pass, or whatever it's called, for 1900 Ghost Coin in the store. In terms of gameplay and adventure, we have the Year 1 pass content. There are new missions, cinematics and dialogue. You expand the original story with the new adventure Deep State. There are new iconic locations, there's new gameplay mechanics and elements, new faction missions and more. There's going to be new gunsmith options. Most assault rifles will now be able to equip short barrel options. New suppressor customization, things like that. This one is pretty cool. We now have connectivity assistance. Players who cannot maintain a sustained connection to matchmaking services will now still be able to play solo PvE without being disconnected. These players will still have all of the functionality of the game except access to multiplayer modes. While in this mode, your friends list will appear empty. The game will regularly retest this connection in the background without impacting your gameplay. You will be able to manually trigger a retest of the connection by initiating matchmaking in multiplayer modes. So that's essentially a brand new offline mode for everyone that wanted it. And I think that's possibly the best thing they are bringing to this. Because if servers go down and other things like that, we can actually still play the game. Inventory management. They've added a mass dismantle, mass sell. We can now favourite items. And they've added optimized gear, which will equip all the highest level gear automatically. Players can now unequip weapons and gear equipped on other presets. The warning message will still be visible to players as a caution. The unequipped item will be replaced by the item occupying the same slot on the equipped preset, which is another good thing because now we can actually dismantle and sell things we don't want that are currently locked by other loadouts. And we also now have a sort type, so we can sort weapons and gear chronologically or by name type, gear level and quality. Although that is only in the regular experience. The immersive one, that's not going to be included because there's no tiered loot. For Ghost War, there are two new classes adaptation, which talks about the supply drone for Engineer and the shock pistol for Echelon. There are 4 new maps: Construction Site, Forgotten Valley, Freight Yard, Stony Creek. There are new Ghost War missions and milestones, and there is now map voting. For the character and customization, there are new items in Maria's shop. There are 3 new weapon attachments, there are 3 figures. We can finally get the Walker outfit by popping into Maria's shop. The Hill one and the Walker one will be completely free to players on March 24th, so literally today. So just log into the game, go to Maria's shop, and you'll get the Walker outfit for free. There's new facial paints, there's customization stuff, there's new weapons, the AR-18's in there, the Uzi 9mm. There are new weapon variations, there's a unique weapon. They've added the RT5 Shepherd standard for scale credits. And then it says 12 weapons. Then scrolling down we have the Deep State Adventure rewards. These are exclusive to players with the Adventure Pass and the Year 1 Pass. We get the Sam Fisher outfit. Another outfit there, some customization stuff, goggles, his 4th Echelon stuff. There's a full outfit there. 4 pieces of gear. There's a new Blacklist helicopter. There's a new handgun there. You'll see the SCIS. 3 titles, 1 vehicle, 1 new weapon. The first mission of Deep State is free and available to all players, and then everything else you're either going to have to wait until the 31st or buy the Year 1 Pass or the Adventure Pass. There are new raid boss rewards. Now remember, with the raid, the immersive mode isn't included. You still have to go through the tiered loot system for it. But they now have an engineer and an echelon set with 5 pieces. You get the mask, top, vest, gloves and pants. There are new class unlock items for engineer. You've got a camo, which is a weapon paint called MC Arid. Then you have 2 emblems. You've got all the different ranks, and you've got a grenade launcher. There's 1 melee weapon, 2 titles and another weapon. For echelon, you get another camo, which is a weapon paint called Grey Python. Then you've got customization, the ranks, emblems, melee weapon, titles and weapons. New Ghost War items. There's an alternative suppressor called the Hiver Silencer. Then you've got a load of weapon paints, Black Ops, Ghost Hunter, 301st Spartan, 3 titles, emblem, new hair customization. You can get a curly crew cut, you can have shaggy hair, side part, undercut. There are new items in the store, so microtransactions, which are only purchasable with Ghost Coins, including 2 figures, Briggs and the Prime Sam Fisher. Then you've got like 3rd echelon stuff. And then UI and progression. They've updated the HUD to make it easier to know which mission you were on. Players can switch between episodes by focusing the investigation zone, then using your triggers, your L2, R2 or your arrow keys. You can click directly on the tabs. And there is a new indicator displayed on tabs for easier navigation. Enemy NPCs will now drop ammo boxes and item loot packages with visual feedback. They've increased the low quality weapon parts gained from dismantling weapons. They've increased the weapon parts gained from drones while playing on immersive experience. This one is another heavily requested feature. They have new settings for the camera. They've added a toggle to enable and disable screen shake. And we now have dynamic, close and far. So close is going to be close to your character, far will be far. Dynamic is going to automatically shift between the two, which will be close during combat and far when you're out of combat. There are bug fixes and balancing. Hill and Walker figures are added to the shop. There's some PC stuff, some exploits in there. They've updated systems in-game which create a more permissive base jump experience. So if you base jump in, that mechanic should be a lot better. They have fixed a load of exploits, so things with the silver stake, the sharpshooter ability. There was another issue, I'm not sure if it's the same, like the one that come out when the raid originally released with Cerberus. You could make it inactive. There was an issue on the bowl raid boss as well that broke the fight mechanics. And there was an issue with auto-aim in Ghost War. With base jumping, there's new platforms to base jump from in key areas. They've updated systems in-game which create a more permissive experience. We've already read that one. They've reduced the auto-deploy distance to allow for more time base jumping before deploying the parachute. There are performance fixes, progression stuff. They fixed an issue where the item wheel would randomly get stuck. They fixed an issue where players could not use night and thermal vision in PvE after a PvP session. They fixed an issue where binoculars were missing. They've done some balancing to the AI. They've reduced the damage received by players in regular difficulty mode. They've rebalanced the wasp behaviour. They've rebalanced enemy archetypes, the breacher, the heavy. They've adjusted the rifleman's cover behaviour. Then there are more fixes. They've made players harder to detect by enemies while in vehicles. They've fixed issues with drones detecting players on bikes. They've improved NPC state-related issues. There are a few more fixes there. Then with Ghost War, they've done some balancing, which is looking like weapons have just been reduced in damage. There are more fixes, those ones being for Ghost War. They've made improvements to the respawning system. They've added new respawn points, which are going to be more relevant for players. For the vehicles, they've improved and increased the helicopter's speed perception. Improved and debugged the main character animations while on bikes. Then there are more fixes with visual Hill and Walker figures. Okay, they've said that 3 times in this patch notes list. They fixed an issue where the Brown Fury knife would disappear during an execution. There's basically just a few more fixes, visual issues at the main pumping station and things like that. And then if we switch over to Deep State, which is episode 2. If you thought you were challenged so far, you'd better prepare for what's next, Ghosts. On March 24th, your next mission awaits you. Start your adventure by following the trail to halt in Erewhon. There's a little bit more of a description there, but this is the Deep State adventure. Mission 1's going to be free for everyone to enjoy on March 24th. As the story continues to unfold, players who have the Deep State adventure or Year 1 pass will have immediate access to explore the remaining content. You can purchase the full adventure in the store for 1900 Ghost Coin, and all players who own either of these will be able to invite up to 3 friends to play with them. This engrossing experience will contain 7+ hours of new content, filled with 8 story missions and 10 exclusive Splinter Cell themed rewards. Packed with stealth-focused gameplay, this compelling narration provides an engrossing experience alongside a fan favourite face. So yes, Sam Fisher is back on the scene. There are going to be exclusive rewards that come with each mission. They include the handgun, the goggles, the Sam Fisher outfit, the pants, the shoes, the gloves, the top, and the full mask for 4th Echelon. They've also got the Blacklist helicopter, we've already read that stuff out. The first mission's rewards, so the handgun and the goggles, are obtainable by all players whether they own the Year 1 pass or not. Then the deeper look at the Echelon class, there's going to be a special ability called Sonar Vision. It triggers a new filtered vision with regular wave pulses that highlight the silhouette of enemies, even those hidden behind walls, and is going to mark them. It will also disturb drones. There is a special tool called the Shock Pistol. It eliminates enemies stealthily and temporarily puts drones to sleep or stuns them if they have detected you. Then there are some passive skills, so you've got Reflex Shot, Auto Aim with Handgun when being detected, Shadow Master, it's a Shadow Stealth Boost and Silent Moves, and Handgun Proficiency, there's a Damage Boost and No Silence and Malice. Then for the Engineer class there is a special ability called the Defensive Drone, which is going to attack nearby enemies. There is a special tool called the Supply Drone, which is going to give allies an extra mag. And there are 2 passive skills, 10% Grenade Launcher AoE, level 2 is 20%, and then 5% drone damage, level 2 is 10%, in all modes, not in PvP. Please note that both classes will be free for all users, but Year 1 pass owners will get an instant unlock of the class at launch, no skill points needed, as well as 1 week early access. Then there is new content for PvP, I'm pretty sure we've gone through this, the 4 maps, the new rewards, and the map voting system. Then it says mission briefing over, and that is going to wrap the video up. If you are wondering what time this is going to be available, at 9 AM UK time, the servers will go offline, and the estimated downtime is 3 hours. So if you are in the UK, then midday is when we should be able to play it, because there is a chance the servers will need a bit more time. And not only that, with previous title updates, there's been server issues when it's launched, so you can try it at midday, check their Twitter to find out when the servers are actually back up, and then if there are problems, just give it another hour or something, go play a different game for the time being, and then it should be all up and running. So let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. That's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.